Da Nang is one of the most photographed cities in Vietnam. The Golden Bridge, the fire breathing dragon, the beaches, it all looks incredible online. But how much of it is actually real and how much is really just good photography and editing? I decided to explore Da Nang for a few days, visit some of Da Nang's most talked about spots, and see if it actually is as good as it looks online. Da Nang sits right in the middle of Vietnam, between Hanoi in the north and Ho Chi Minh City in the south. It's grown into one of the country's most popular travel destinations, and Instagram has a lot to do with that. So let's find out whether it lives up to the hype or not. First up, the Golden Bridge at Bana Hills. I think this is where most people first see Da Nang. Those giant stone hands holding a golden walkway above the clouds. It is probably the most photographed spot in all of Vietnam right now. And honestly, in person, it genuinely takes your breath away. The views when the clouds roll in are something else entirely. It almost feels like the bridge is floating in the clouds. That said, Bana Hills is a full theme park. It's crowded, it's commercial, and the entrance fee is not cheap. You're not stumbling onto a quiet hidden gem here. What you don't see online is how many people are trying to get that exact same photo. Unfortunately, I got here when it was a little rainy and misty, plus I didn't plan ahead, so I didn't get to take the photo of my dreams. For those of you wanting to get a shot like this, make sure you check the weather beforehand and also plan to arrive early before the crowd set in, or better yet, arrive at your own leisure, stay the night, and voila, you'll have a clear shot on the bridge minus the waiting. I think I spent more time waiting for a clear shot than actually walking across the bridge. And somehow that's part of the experience too. So while the bridge and the theme park itself is worth a visit, it's more like a one-off activity so that you can just tick it off of your bucket list. Dragon Bridge spans the Han River and it is genuinely one of the most impressive bridges I've ever seen. During the day, it's a stunning piece of engineering, and at night, on weekends, it breathes actual fire and water. I had seen all those videos, the fire, the water, the crowd. It looked like one of those must-see moments in Da Nang. But it didn't quite go as planned. By the time we got there, Dragon Ball Bar, the rooftop bar with the perfect unobstructed view of Dragon Bridge, was already completely packed. So we had to settle for the next best rooftop view. And then, when the show actually started, it was a bit underwhelming. It was slightly windy that night, so the fire and water didn't really come out the way you see online. It still happened, just not as dramatic as I expected. But I guess that's also part of traveling. Sometimes the highlight doesn't hit the way you imagined. You can also experience it for free. You can walk it, drive across it, photograph it from the riverbank, but it is bound to be crowded, and if you stand too close to it, expect to get drenched. This one's a no-brainer, and it costs nothing to get the experience. And honestly, the night got a lot better after that. Just a short distance from the bridge, everything changes again. The Sontra night market feels a lot more relaxed and way more fun to just walk through. Food everywhere, lights, music, and none of that pressure to get the perfect shot. This is the kind of place where you don't really plan anything. You just walk, stop, eat something random, and just keep going. And weirdly enough, this ended up being one of my most favorite parts of the night. There is a thriving night market with everything you could possibly buy, a lot of high end copies as well. You can get some great bargains. If you plan on getting some cheap shopping done, definitely head here. I got a pair of Crocs for my niece for just 300,000 Vietnamese dongs, which is roughly 1,000 rupees. You can pay an additional 50,000 Vietnamese dong for the charms. In my opinion, Son Night Market is definitely a must visit, both for foodies and for shopaholics alike, and for people who are just there to have a good time. Forbes once called Mike one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Is that fair? The sand is clean and fine, the water is clear, and the stretch seems to go on forever. There's development along the shore. It's not a secret paradise, but it is genuinely a beautiful beach. Mike is quiet, open, and strangely calming for a city this popular. No rush, no noise, just waves and a lot of space to breathe. And that's what I really loved about Da Nang. It's just so spacious. And sometimes that's exactly what you need in between all the exploring. I think Khe Beach is a must visit, and if you can, try to catch both sunrise and sunset here. Those are the moments that are very popular on Instagram. Now, this one you might have seen on your feed lately, Kala Kala Beach Club, a beachside club right on Khe Beach. Think sun loungers, cocktails, and a crowd that knows how to enjoy a beach day. It's a different side of Da Nang, less traditional, more vibes. It's clean, aesthetic, curated, almost like it was designed for Instagram. It's a bit more polished, a bit more expensive, but also really nice if you want to slow down for a bit. And the best part, you have direct access to Khe Beach as well. Double treat. I love the vibe and visited later at night as well. So is it hyped? Not really. It's just a really good time. It's great for a slow afternoon or great for a fun night out. So don't miss this. Here's where I'll be honest. These two don't look impressive on camera. No golden bridges, no dramatic dragons, just two local markets packed with fresh produce, street food, and the actual daily life of Da Nang. Cho Han is the older of the two. It's loud, colorful, slightly chaotic, but in a way that feels very alive. Cho Con is bigger, louder, and sells everything you could possibly need. It feels more local, less polished, more real, and definitely more intense. Between the two of them, you can eat like a local for almost nothing. These two are places where you feel a little out of place at first, but then you settle into it. These two markets are Da Nang's best kept secrets, so don't miss out on Han Market and Con Market. The Lady Buddha Pagoda sits on the Sontra Peninsula, a 67-meter white marble statue overlooking the sea. On a clear day, you can see the entire coastline of Da Nang from up here. The pagoda grounds are peaceful, beautifully maintained, and completely free to visit. This is one of those places that's genuinely moving to stand in, regardless of your beliefs. The scale of it, the stillness, it earned its place on every Da Nang itinerary. Next up, we're heading to a spot that looks like it was airdropped directly from the Aegean Sea.
Tra Marina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Okay. Look like Taiwan?
Yeah, that one.
Taiwan.
The cabby was a very fun and chatty one, and we laughed all the way to the marina. Located right on the edge of the Santra Peninsula, this cafe and restaurant has gone viral for its striking Santorini aesthetic. Think brilliant whitewashed walls, vibrant cobalt blue domes, and arched windows that perfectly frame the East Sea. It's essentially a mini Greece in the heart of Vietnam, designed to give you those high end Mediterranean vibes without the 12-hour flight. But here's the real talk for the hype or real verdict. While it is arguably the most Instagrammable spot in Da Nang, the experience is definitely built for the camera. You'll find crowds of people competing for the same blue and white staircases, and you do have to purchase a drink just to enter the premises. That said, if you time it for golden hour, the sunset over the harbor filled with traditional Vietnamese fishing boats is genuinely stunning. It's a surreal mashup of Greek architecture and local coastal life that you won't find anywhere else. So, is it worth the hype? To be honest, there is not much to do besides taking a few photos and a coffee or two. It's actually a really small area and gets crowded pretty easily. But I guess it's worth a visit since it's very pretty and it's not too far from the main city. Now we're leaving the man made Santorini vibes behind for something that feels millions of years in the making. Our last stop is the one that completely caught me off guard. The Marble Mountains are five limestone and marble hills, each named after one of the five essential elements of Eastern philosophy: earth, fire, water, wood, and metal. Inside the caves, there are ancient pagodas and shrines. It's genuinely unlike anything I've seen anywhere else in Vietnam. The mountains hide a heavy history. During the Vietnam War, the Viet Cong used the extensive cave systems as a secret base and field hospital, right under the nose of a nearby American air base. You can still see bullet holes and wartime plaques in some of the caverns today. Local legends say these peaks weren't formed by nature, but by myth. Centuries ago, a giant dragon emerged from the East Sea and laid a single egg on this stretch of beach. To protect it from predators, a golden turtle stayed behind, burying the egg in the sand. After 1,000 days, the egg finally cracked. Out stepped a beautiful fairy who ascended to the heavens, leaving the fragments of the shell behind. Those five shards didn't wash away. They grew out of the sand to become the five marble peaks we see today, known as the five elements of the earth. It's not just a viewpoint, it's caves, temples, staircases, and a lot more climbing than I expected. But then you step inside and everything just slows down. The light coming through the caves, it's one of those moments you don't really capture properly on camera. You just kind of stand there for a bit and just get lost in the moment. You can climb to the top and get a panoramic view over Da Nang and the coastline that no Instagram photo fully captures. This was probably my favorite spot of the entire trip, and I didn't really expect that. So it's definitely a must visit. It is one of the most underrated spots in Da Nang. And if you enjoy a good climb, then don't forget to get to the viewpoint to get the bird's eye view of Da Nang. So here we are, 10 spots, 10 verdicts, and honestly, Da Nang came out clean. Every single place delivered something real and worth your time. Some are more crowded than the photos suggest, while some are quieter than you'd expect. But none of them let me down. I think what surprised me most about Da Nang is how different every part of it feels. It's not just one aesthetic, it's a mix of everything. And maybe that's what makes it worth coming here. If you're planning a Vietnam trip and Da Nang is on your list, drop your questions in the comments. I'm happy to help you plan it. And if this was useful, do like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.